I'm here with Adam Callous from Dogs, and he is here to tell us a little bit about his film. And from my understanding as well, you incorporated some ASU students.
Yeah, it was a very unique production model in the sense that we actually gave 85 undergraduates from Arizona State University the chance to learn filmmaking on an actual feature film set and to learn filmmaking from an Oscar-winning cast and crew. So it was a really unique experience.
And you're a professor at the college as well?
I am. I'm a film professor. I teach directing at Arizona State.
Okay. So how did this movie come about?
Well,
what does the title actually mean?
so car dogs is a car industry term for somebody who's been around the car sales business for a really, really long time. So if you've been selling cars your whole life, you're an old car dog, right? And a young man who was one of my students, not at Arizona State, but actually when I was teaching in Los Angeles, had written this short film script that was just excellent. And I said, you have to turn this into a feature, and got him a producer, and the next thing I knew, it was a fully fleshed out feature film script, and there was some serious...
Already winning awards.
No, it hadn't won any awards, but it had gotten some attachments and some real heat in Hollywood. There was a big agency that was representing it, and it was a hot script. And as a professor, that's very gratifying. It's like, oh yeah, the guy that I thought was going to do it was doing it, but as happens so often in Hollywood, the film just never came together. It never got its financing, despite having some pretty big names attached to that project. Well, flash forward a few more years, and now I'm teaching at Arizona State, and the school was the fastest growing program in the biggest school in the country. Arizona State has 80,000 students, and its big emphasis is really about being an inclusive school as opposed to an exclusive school. So it's like this massive school, and there's all these students, and my boss comes to me and he says, listen, we need to put our students on film sets. Can you put them on the...
opportunity.
Well, yeah, and he said, can you put them on the thesis films? And I was like, I don't have enough thesis films to do it, but why don't we do a feature film? And then he said, well, you have a script that could be done very inexpensively. It turns out the guy that wrote that script, that short film, like 8 years prior, had gone to Arizona State and grew up in Scottsdale. So I called him and I said, do you want to come back to your hometown to make a movie out of the story of your life with a bunch of students from your alma mater? And he said he wanted to do it. And
so you just connected all the dots. And
there was a lot of dot connection on this project.
How long did it take to create the film?
Once we secured the script, I'd say it was about a 2-year process from soup to nuts.
And there's 2 famous actors?
Well, I think they all think they're famous, but the really notable actors.
They will be, if not. Yeah.
I think so. The ones that are really notable in the movie are George Lopez has a supporting role. There's a surprise cameo that won't be such a surprise for people watching this. Her name is Octavia Spencer, Oscar winner from The Help, and Nia Vardalos is in the film as well, who is from Oscar nominee of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And then Patrick J. Adams is our lead. He's the star of Suits, which is USA Network's #1 show, and he really cleans up in this film. It's good.
What would you like to see happen with this film?
I think one way to describe that is I would love it if every person who's about to go buy a new car watches this movie before they go buy that car. They will serve themselves very well because they'll know how all the deals work and the tricks of the car salesman and whatnot, and they'll be highly entertained while getting that pretty critical information that they'll want to have before they go.
It's informative as well as humorous, and there's kind of
it's fun movie. It's a like a behind the scenes look at a world. I mean, you bought a car, right?
Oh yeah.
And did you wonder like whether you were
getting harassed on the?
Did you wonder if you got a good deal or not?
Oh, for sure.
Did you wonder if you got scammed?
Oh, for sure. But then that's when I walk down the street and tell them I'll be back until they lower their price.
Did it work?
Yeah. Just haggle these guys.
Was it a memorable experience for you?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. You know, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, I think buying cars in America is a rite of passage. Like everybody has that touch point.
A sense of freedom as well.
That's right. You know that buying cars is the only consumer level bit of business where you still negotiate. Like you don't go to the store and get a pack of Wrigley's gum and haggle over the price of the Wrigley's gum. There's no other product where which you really haggle very much more for aside from the car business, it's still
you're right.
kind of the Wild West out west.
Never even looked at it like that. Well, good. When is it going to be showing?
It screens today at 2 p.m.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to seeing it, and it's nice to meet you. We're glad you're here. Congratulations.
Thank you.